Late Carboniferous. This forest doesn't just live, it breathes. A small creature runs, but what follows isn't teeth and claws.
Listen to the ground. It arrives on footfalls, not on a roar.
In this hot, wet world, one mistake turns you into silence.
Its shadow can cover the morning. Up to 2.6 meters long, Arthropleura, a giant of an oxygen-rich age.
It doesn't rush. It only needs time and air.
The prey chooses a straight line. The hunter chooses certainty.
Here, every path leads back to water. And in front of it, the only decision left. Fear stretches time like resin hardening. It doesn't need to leap. It only needs pressure.
It dives to escape, but the air itself feels like it's on the hunter's side.
Arthropleura doesn't chase into the channel. It seals the exits. And the real question is, why could a creature like this grow so large?
Welcome to the Carboniferous, when forests became factories of air.
Trees grow like towers here. The ground is soft, built from the forest's own decay. No flowers, no fragrance, just spores riding warm, wet air.
The water is heavy with life, and with what life leaves behind.
Food is everywhere. In this world, even decay can feed giants. Arthropleura may not need to hunt, but size alone is a weapon. One step can shake the floor, turning the undergrowth into panic.
It survives, but the forest hasn't finished with it yet. Every corridor looks the same, and that sameness is the trap. Above, even wings can grow larger than you'd expect. Below, patience is a predator, waiting where the water is darkest.
Arthropleura senses the world through vibration, more than sight.
And overhead, the sky holds more oxygen than you can imagine.
The air is warm, wet, and rich, an invisible gift with dangerous consequences.
So what did that oxygen do to life on land? Carbon leaves coal behind, and oxygen leaves giants.
In the late Carboniferous, oxygen rose far above modern levels.
More oxygen means more energy available in every breath.
Arthropods draw oxygen through tracheal tubes, largely by diffusion. When oxygen is plentiful, diffusion becomes easier, and bodies can grow larger.
A higher ceiling for breathing becomes a higher ceiling for size.
Today, that ceiling is lower. Back then, it lifted. Vast forests locked away carbon and reshaped the atmosphere, leaving oxygen behind. And when the limits loosened, size began to surge.
Arthropleura becomes the longest shadow on land.
But oxygen doesn't only feed giants, it also feeds danger. An oxygen-rich world can make fire faster and more intense.
A small ignition can threaten an entire ecosystem.
Life swelled because the world allowed it. But every gift has a cost. A monster built by chemistry, now returning to the hunt. Meganeura, an aerial hunter, its wingspan approaching 65 centimeters.
In oxygen-thick air, even flight becomes a weapon.
It hides under leaves, but danger also lives above. And below, a patient predator waits where the water is deepest. No blood is needed. A single pull can end the chase.
Arthropleura avoids the deep water. Mass makes the swamp a trap.
On land, armor and venom are evolving too.
Even the venomous step aside when true size arrives. Arthropleura claims the path.
This is an arthropod planet, and oxygen is the invisible director.
It runs for shelter, but shelter is often where hunters wait.
Arthropleura doesn't need to rush inside. It only needs to block the exit.
Above, the sky hunter waits for the smallest mistake.
Nature doesn't choose sides. It only changes the rules.
1 second slower is extinction. 1 second lucky is life.
And now, Arthropleura commits to the chase. When Arthropleura accelerates, the forest floor itself begins to shake.
It doesn't need a bite to be terrifying. Its movement is impact.
The prey runs on panic, and panic wastes distance.
Armor turns obstacles into scenery. Arthropleura simply presses through.
In oxygen-rich air, breathing is easier, but not enough to outrun fate. Shortcut is a trap. Peat can hold you like an invisible hand. It escapes, but every struggle is a signal. This is the advantage of length. Cut the corner, close the door. Water again, but this time, it isn't an escape. A third hunter waits beneath, where the swamp hides its weight. Land means confrontation. Water means disappearance.
Pressure isn't speed, it's certainty.
Then the forest offers a crack in the wall, thin as hope. Climax isn't a strike. It's a decision to live.
On solid ground, the rules change. Weight begins to cost. Every extra segment must be fueled by oxygen and by energy.
Even the giants of the sky pay for size, especially when the wind turns. Sometimes survival is simple. Vanish in the right place.
Arthropleura doesn't need a kill today. It endures like the age itself.
And the question returns, why did this world build giants at all?
Because oxygen once rose high, lifting the ceiling for arthropod bodies.
When diffusion is easier, breathing scales up, and so can size.
But when oxygen falls, that ceiling drops. Giant forms become a burden.
Climate shifts. Forests retract. The world stops favoring the long and heavy.
As habitats change, even ambush become harder. The entire food web rewrites itself.
The tracks of giants remain, long after the giants are gone.
Life once swelled. Then the same physics squeezed it smaller.
Not magic, just chemistry, physiology, and time. Carbon teaches a simple truth. Change the air, and you change history. And if oxygen rose again, would the monsters return?